Ladies and gentlemen, back in the building. Episode 7, AAL2 Turf Talk. So, this past weekend, the offenses woke up. Let's say it like that, okay? So, we had some offenses that definitely put it down. And we're going to go ahead and begin the show by speaking to one of those teams' representatives. And that would be Georgia Indians. Woo boy. This one's going to be interesting, y'all. This one's going to be interesting. What's going on, fellas?
How you doing? How you doing?
What's going on, cool?
So, gentlemen, I'm looking at the scores, right? And I was looking at them before. I was like, I don't think I saw that right. So I had to go relook. And when I went and relooked, I had LASIK surgery, right? So my eyes is good. 60-18 on the Tri-City River game. Y'all put up a 60 burger on those dudes. So the first question I have to ask is, did y'all score every time you had the ball?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. I actually think we was nice. We didn't want to blow it out of proportion, so we kind of just tried to run the clock down.
I respect that, but
Crazy talk.
Crazy work.
You just trying to run the score, but you got 60.
Crazy
I'm like,
work.
wow. So I'm like, what does running the score look like then? But that's crazy. So, first question, this will be for everybody. How did the game start off for you? Like, when did you feel like, all right, this is going to be one where we're going to really get it? Was it first play? Was it second drive? Was it a turnover? Like, what was that point where you're like, yeah, this is going to be one of those where we're going to put some stats up?
You go ahead and pop it off, coach.
Well, I mean, when the defense got on the field and caused that turnover for the first score, and I knew then, I'm like, that's the wrong way. That's not the right way to start a game off like that. Because I know how our defense is very stingy, and they greedy. And what I love about them guys, they compete against each other. So when that happened, of course, everybody else was like, well, he scored. Well, it's my turn to do what we got to do. So I knew then where this game was going to go. Mm-hmm.
What about you, PJ?
I mean, the energy coming to the building from warm ups to stretch. I already had a feeling that it was gonna be just one of them days. It was gonna be one of them games. Starting from when the defense getting the first little safety to offense coming in running down their throat. I mean, I just felt like it was gonna be one of them games though.
So coach said the first defensive play. PJ said when they was stretching. You hear that? Mr. 29. What about you, sir?
So for us, the defense, we hold ourselves at a high standard. And, they scored twice. They had 18 up there. Well, I say twice. And, we are good at math. So, but I knew from the jump. Every game I play in, every game the defense play in, I tell everybody to take it personal. So every game we go in there, we trying to take this game personal. We take it real personal when somebody score on us and we don't like it. So we try to come back and get those points back. So that's what you seen when you seen the 60. Like, even though coach was trying to run down the clock, it didn't matter. We was trying to score whenever we touched the ball. So it was just one of those games. And we try to approach every game like that. The moment we step there, the moment we get there, the moment we pull up, it's one of those games already. When we pull up, it's one of those games. That's how we coming. That's the mindset we have when we pull up anywhere we go. Even when we pull up to our home field, that's the mindset to have. It's one of those games. It's we want to have a goose egg up there on the board.
All right. So I'll ask everyone this question as well. Was there anything that you guys saw when looking at film from the River Gators where you just said, okay, I think we will be able to do this, and if we can do this successfully, we'll have the kind of game that we had?
Well, one thing we do with our players is definitely condition.
Mm-hmm.
Got to condition in this arena game. If you're not conditioned, if you're not in that arena playing, it's different. Playing in them arenas is different. You got
Mm-hmm.
to be in some kind of shape. Uh, and watching the film, we just felt like that they pretty big. They got some big boys. They got some monsters over there. But we knew if we can execute and run down their throats, we was go wear them down. And I was surprised that we did it early in the game like we did, but we got to be in shape playing this game.
That's big. That's big. Go ahead, PJ.
To piggyback off what Coach said, I just felt like, yeah, preparation. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't watch no type of film, so I take every team, every opponent as they is my defense that we scrimmage each other.
Okay.
So I just wait. I'm the type of person I wait to the game aspect because I'm trying to see what's what in that mode, in that type of zone. But it just went with the flow. It just went with the flow.
Mm. A lot of flowing, Mr. 2-9.
We knew from the first game when we played them that they were a run heavy team. They have the ability to throw the ball down the field, but with our D line, we already knew what it was. If we controlled the D line, we controlled the line of scrimmage and make them beat us passing. And we knew after that the DBs we have. Well, I think I'm 6'2". We got a 6'3" DB. We got DBs over 6 foot, so we're not too worried about somebody beating us deep. We're not too worried about jump balls. We're not worried about none of that. We're more so thinking, okay, coming in the game, y'all gonna run it. Y'all throw it, we're gonna make y'all pay. And that's exactly what we did. We made them stick to their run game to get down the field. They tried a couple throws. They were successful on some, but we really tried to home in. And if we told ourselves if we take out the run game, all they got is the pass game. Quarterback don't have time with our D line. So
Mm. Okay. Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys did play them last week as well. Yep. So
Yes.
do you feel like there were major differences on how you were approaching the game this week, or you just saw some things? You're like, okay, now that we know these things and we playing them again, I think we really can, exploit some things.
Well, it got a little personal with the organization, and the players with them the first game. Of course, a lot of things went on that was out of our control, but we stood in there and did what we had to do to keep everything rolling. So we knew playing them the second time, we already had pure dominance on our mind. We already knew we had to travel and we was gonna make a statement. And we've been talking about that all week, making a statement. Um, it's funny because I enjoy when teams put highlights. When you play them, they show all these great highlights of what they're doing, but they never show what really happened. And we take that personal here in Georgia. Everybody know our theme song right now. I've been playing it. We've been blowing it up. Georgia, Georgia. So when they hear that, they know what time it is.
Okay. All right. All right.
Go ahead, hit that note again, Coach.
Georgia. Georgia, I gotta add one thing. When we played it at their arena, and I have mad respect for them. They got some decent players over there. They got some good athletes. But I think when we played that song and turned it up loud, the mindset was different. The fans was looking at us like, are they really playing this song right now? And it our guys turned up, and we played at a whole nother level.
I feel like we had a tip on our shoulder from the first game. The way the first game ended, how we didn't like how things was situated. So we already was coming with that mindset that we not playing games with them. Like this is a business trip. We're gonna go ahead and handle business, go back home. That's just how it played out. And football is a game where you show up to play, you don't know what's gonna happen. So you don't know if you're gonna lose, you're gonna win. Anybody can lose.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we showed up as a team, gelled together, and we just went out there and balled.
Definitely bald. Anybody deny that? That definitely
Yeah.
happened.
Just to piggyback off of everybody else. Yeah, it was just last game. It was personal. It was real personal last game. Like we respect the organization, just like Coach said, and there's a lot of players over there I've played with. I know they're good athletes. We enjoyed the damn Bama. We still shook hands after the game though. We still
Right.
shook
Right.
hands. We still made sure we chopped it up with the people we knew, but it was just personal from the last game. So after the last game, everybody had on their mind, we going to Bama, we coming up there to whoop their butt. And that was our plan, and we all stuck to it, and that's exactly what we did.
Sounds like it was a winning plan. So, gentlemen, if you could name one player on offense that you would say was your player of the game, who would it be?
But that man sitting right there next to me. I don't know if he next to me on everybody else's screen, but on my screen, he right beside it.
You
He
know what?
showed his butt, and he been showing his butt for the past 2 games. He said put some respect on his name.
But you know what, Coop? What's crazy? I'm gonna piggyback off Twine. These two guys right here played in the AL2 last year. Twine made first team defense, and PJ made second team offense. And we went to the championship game, and these guys is taking it personal. They got something to prove this year. But to answer your question, and I'm gonna be honest with you, PJ only played 4 quarters. I mean, in 2 games, he haven't played the second half in 2 games, and he putting up the numbers that he's putting up right now. So again, that tells you what kind of athletes we have over there. Not to take nothing away from everybody else, but we he know he's about to put on the show here in a minute, especially when we go to Mississippi. Georgia, Georgia.
I do. Can I say one thing though? I do got an honorable mention. Coach, you forgot about Dreads. Two
Dread,
back-to-back head tops.
yes,
What number is it? 13.
13.
Two back-to-back over top, catching it over their head. Yeah, you gotta get an honorable mention
Yeah,
for that.
Well,
yes.
me, I gotta give it to my O line. Because without my
Okay.
O line, I wouldn't be able to do what I can do. My O line keeps stepping up game after game.
Mm-hmm.
Receivers keep stepping up game after game, coming back, making it easy on my part. So I give it to the whole offense as a whole. Because without everybody gelling, doing what they supposed to do, I wouldn't be able to do what I got to do.
Spoken like a quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, same question, guys, for the defense.
Dang.
That D
We can.
line, that D line go crazy. That D line makes it easier for the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
So easy, so easy.
They getting back there within 2, maybe 3 seconds. So by the time the opponent's receivers is turning around running their routes, the DBs already got everything locked up because of what the D line doing.
Yeah, we I mean, we got a list. You know what I'm saying? I gave the MVP to that defense. I think right now we probably had the best defense in the AL2. I got to say
Okay.
that hands down. No disrespect to the other teams, but I believe in this defense we got. Them
All
boys,
disrespect.
yeah, they like I
Oh,
say, Twine. He got the first pick of the game. And then after that, it just
one-handed, may I add.
one-handed. Yes, sir. And then Jody. Jody is a monster. He's number 3. He's a monster. Elijah is another monster. And then who else? We got Montrez. We got quite a few guys in that D line. Even Cornbread. That's one of the most improved players, I think, on our team right now. We call him Cornbread because he's straight country. He love eating cornbread. But everybody gonna know who this young kid is when they see him out there. That's for real.
I just want to add, cornbread is a very tasty substance, so I ain't mad at him.
And then the DBs, we gotta show love to the DBs. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All our corners. Bryson, he took one to the house, pick 6. He does that every game pretty much. Our linebacker core, like I said, Twine and them guys out there, Lot. Shoot, who else we had? We can go on and on. Jake Jackson. We can go on and on with that defense. That defense is potent, and the offense feed off the defense.
Mhm. All right, guys. So next week, I know you kind of alluded to it, but your opponent next week, what do you think is going to be different from this week as far as playing that specific team? I'll let y'all tell everybody who the team is, whatnot. But the opponent next week, what's going to be different in that game? You think from this game, or do you think it's going to be the same?
Me, I feel like the competition. I feel like they a hard driven team, and they going to the whistle end. I haven't really seen too much of them or heard really anything bad from them besides, they got 2 hard running backs. They like to run the ball. They'll run first team. So I feel like it's going to give our team, really give our defense a challenge to see what they really made of.
Mm-hmm.
They defense-wise really going to give us a challenge to see what our O made of. So at the end of the day, I feel like it's going to be a competitive, probably low-scoring game. That's just me being genuine, I guess.
I mean, as far as changing anything, I don't think nothing gonna change. I know for a fact our defense coming head hunting. I know it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna say it like that. It's gonna always be a good game. Definitely with from what I've been hearing with the running backs, they run hard. So I'm looking forward to that. But at the same time, I just know my defense. I know the defense is gonna come out there. We're not expecting nothing less, but they're all, and we hoping they're gonna bring their all because we definitely bring it out. And this ain't no disrespect with it, but hey man, we looking to put a goose egg, keep that goose egg up there for y'all boys. That's our plan. We looking at that for every team we play.
Georgia.
You gotta get coach off.
Hey, so I feel the same way. I got mad respect for Eddie and them boys. They actually did the unexpected. They beat Peach State. I thought Peach State was go do their thing. You know what I'm saying? I know they were short numbers, but there's no excuse when it come playing this ball. That's why the next man got to step up. But at the end of the day, then the root of awakening. We come in there. We on the hunter's own. I said that from day one when we was on our first podcast. We move in silence, but right now I think them trees is falling. And Indians like to sneak and crawl and do whatever. So now it's out there now. So everybody know how we coming. So we gonna be ready. We looking forward to this game. We know it's gonna be a dog fight, but if, we stick to what we know what we capable of doing, we'll be fine.
I feel it. So the Wolfpack is one of the teams I actually did get to see live, and I will tell you this: the boys do play hard on defense, and they will run that ball. So, but definitely be a good game. I mean, I just put up a 60 burger, so I think y'all are, y'all should have a good matchup. It'll be fun to see. One of y'all will be up here next week. One won't, right? Uh, I mean, this is how it goes. But definitely good luck to you guys next week. And, hopefully we have you back up here. But of course, can't have both teams unless we have a tie meeting. Man, we don't want that. So, guys, let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
You can find me on Instagram at PJ Thomas, Facebook at PJ Thomas. That's pretty much it.
I'm on almost all platforms, but on Instagram it's Twine_29, and on TikTok is Mr. 29.
All right.
That's right.
Coach, where can they find you in the team?
In Georgia. That's where they can find me at. Facebook, Leonard Holmes.
Man.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100.
Just look for the glare. You can't miss.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm out there. They can find me. I'm answering all the calls and all the messages. So I'm there. But if anybody want to find us, just go to Georgia Indians, on Facebook. Also, Coach Leonard Holmes, and get at us.
Definitely.
Georgia.
Oh yeah, show them that new look. Show them that new look right there.
Man, mine
nice.
Downstairs, man.
It is nice.
We come.
And again, man, appreciate you fellas coming on. Again, good luck, and hopefully we'll see you back next week.
Yes, sir.
And we'll still be talking about Georgia.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Nothing wrong with that. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Georgia, 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 Georgia.
All right, good people. So we are back in the building. Another winner. Got these boys from the Roughnecks on here. So, when your team in the Roughnecks, got to be tough, right? Can't be out there soft with team in the Roughnecks. You just can't do that. It just don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, talk about this win you guys had this week. So, you guys remember I told y'all there was a lot of high scoring teams. Roughnecks put up 47 on the Outlaws. They won 47-18. What? And it seems like the defenses don't want to give up more than about 18 when they winning. Just looking through everything, seems like everybody was kind of focused except for one team. And you have sometimes you have a battle. Two teams just battle for whatever reason, but for the most part, man, a lot of teams kind of seem to have matchups that were tough for the losers, of course. So, gentlemen, big win, right? Because every win is a big win. It don't matter who you beat, right?
For sure.
You beat backups, you beat the third string, don't matter. They was out there playing, you beat them. So, big win this week. What do you guys think was the biggest difference between this week and last week?
All right, Isaiah, you first, Coach.
I think we learned from week one.
Okay.
I think going into it, like, it's due to a lot of us, honestly. So going into week one, we kind of put the Bearcats like, okay, like if this is the ceiling, the rest of the league got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because we went into week one still learning. And the fact that we was able to learn, watch film, we seen how the game went. We understood the flow of the game now, like more than just us going against each other. So now it's like, okay, now we know what to expect. And then the first half of that game, the second game, it was kind of the same thing, us just getting settled. once we got settled, it was is nothing they could have did with us, man.
Z.
Like Coach said, it was more like preparation. Um, I feel like definitely like a lot of people fail to realize about this Roughnecks team is that this is a whole new team, and a lot of
Right.
the guys that's on this team have never played arena football in their lives.
Fact.
Like if I'm being honest, 95% of our roster has never played arena football.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and so with that being said, for us to just go out and just having the same goal to dominate and just ball every week, regardless.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
For me, I think the difference between week 1 and week 2 was I felt like we had something to prove this week. We took a tough loss last week, and we came in with a chip on our shoulder because everybody expects us to be a pushover, knowing it's a first-year team. So a lot of people may look at us like, oh, this is going to be a walk in the park. They ain't never been here before, but football is football everywhere, no matter where you play at. So we just came in with a sense of urgency, intensity, and we wanted to dominate this game. So first week we took a big L, but I feel like we made a statement to let everybody know that we was here. Even the Bearcats gave us our respect after the game, like there wasn't no pushovers. So this week we just wanted to come off and step on the gas from the rip. Don't let up and play 4 quarters of football, not just one half or a second half. We wanted to play a full, complete game and see what we really got on our
Mm-hmm.
team.
I dig that, man. And, when you have a newer team, it can be tricky because everybody's learning, right? And we just don't have that experience.
Right.
It kind of it can take some time to just gel it together. And it is kind of, you have one or two things happen, right? You have a loss, one or two things happens. You either say, you know what, man, we take the L, it is what it is, we're gonna move on. Whoever's next, it's gonna be a problem for y'all. Or
Mm-hmm.
everybody kind of start feeling like, oh, we lost. We may not be. We may just be that pushover that people think we are.
Right.
And it doesn't sound like you
Nah,
guys are gonna be that second team. And that's, I
Nah.
mean,
nah.
that's what it's all about, right? You're here to develop, you're here to learn. Sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose. But the important thing is, like you said, the important thing is we're not giving up. We're gonna play you 4 quarters. You can dog us, we gonna play you. You still gonna get hit like it's 0-0.
Right.
And that's what's
That's a
important.
fact. And I mean, like to piggyback off of that, like people, you see the score from last week, and it's like, oh, they lost 40 to 26, but it was 26-26 into the fourth
You
quarter.
had to be there. You had to
Like
be there to
it wasn't
understand.
no, it wasn't no blowout win. You know what I'm saying? That game was close into the fourth quarter where it that became a coaching problem because that's us kind of knowing where like how the game flow and things like that. So that first game we left that like, as you would have thought we kind of took a win because it was like, okay, yeah, this is what we gotta do. We focus on this, we work on this, and then now it's all steam ahead.
Yeah, we kind of figured out where we could put people at their strengths and their weaknesses, and we just trying to
Mhm.
put the pieces together from week 1. So now we try and get the ball rolling.
Definitely, because I could definitely say that like nobody nobody took the L like a L. It was like one of those
Like
growing points. It was like
yeah,
Yep.
it was something that was learned in the
Mhm.
process of it. Like I'm be honest, that was the happiest L I ever took.
ever.
I smiled the whole day because I realized like, yo, we just coming into this and we already low on a lot of things that other teams might have, and we still came out here and dominated all 4 quarters.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you saw the show last week, you saw the Bearcats gave y'all props. They did acknowledge what the score was going forth and everything. And I love the respect, like among the teams, the camaraderie,
No, for
even with
sure.
different coaches, owners, everything. I like the respect and being honest. And all of the games that I've seen, talked to people about, all that, you see a lot of coaching going on, right? In the
Right.
game, in-game coaching. Pull a guy to the
Mhm.
side, talk to him or whatever, run out, grab him when he's on the field, you walking back, time out, get the people. And
Mhm.
I love the fact that, you guys as the coaches, Coach Jay and all the other coaches are willing to do that, and then the players are accepting that. In the middle of a game, it's not always delivered like, "Hey guys, you didn't
Right, right.
this. Make sure you do this next time, okay, buddy? Good job." It's not always delivered like that in the middle of the game because
Right.
everybody's adrenaline is going. Sometimes some words are said that some people can
But
take the wrong way.
it's a mutual respect though, because we all got one goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mutual respect. Like I don't. Me personally, I don't see like nobody arguing, bickering, going back and forth. It's none of that stuff. And it's crazy because the short amount of time we've been together, you would have thought we all was together for way longer because our relationship together is like we all communicate with each other, we talk, we figure things out. Like if I think another team with different minds, like different guys, it probably would have imploded by now. But that's not the mindset we got with these guys. Like everybody locked in, and it's like next man up. What we got to do, what I mean, to get the job done. And that's what's going to carry us the entire season. Is like it ain't no one person is like, okay, what we got to do to get the job done, and that's what we going to do.
Fair enough, man. I love to hear it. So, this question I'll be asking everybody: one guy on offense that you would say would be your player of the game for
That
this
guy
past
right there. That guy right there.
week.
That's the
Duddy Hunnits, Duddy Hunnits, 4 TDs, interception,
Man, appreciate it, man.
kick return,
uh,
touchdown.
Wow, hands all over the place, huh?
Yeah, I just try to put myself in the best position to make a play for my team, man. If they trust me to be that guy, I trust them to have my back. That's pretty much what it comes to.
Yeah.
Dustin, I know you're not gonna pick yourself, so who are you gonna pick?
Yeah, I would never do that. I feel like for me, I give kudos to both of my quarterbacks that played. I wouldn't be able to be a big target if I didn't have quarterbacks. So shout out to both of my quarterbacks, man. They both stepped in and played a hell of a game. Both of them. Yes,
Yeah,
it's very rare you get
it's
two
hard to pick a
quarterbacks
QB
playing
one
one
right
game
now.
and they both play at a high level. So for us to have two quarterbacks that come in and two different halves and play at a high level, my hats off to them guys.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, love it, love it. Same question for the defense.
Ooh, that's tough.
Now I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. It's hard to pick one person on the defense.
Okay.
It is literally hard to pick one person on the defense. But I definitely gotta give it to the D line.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna be biased because that's my group, but the D line dominated that game. Like in the first game, honestly, it didn't not dominate. Let me correct what I'm saying. But in the first game, they set the tone. They set the tone to where
Mm-hmm.
we was back and forth. That D line was. I gotta say, I got on both games the D line for me, but it might be biased. I don't know.
Hey, we all have a little bias. It's all good.
They so
somebody call me.
Yeah,
on you.
you
Yeah.
pick.
Oh wait. Oh, it's my turn.
Yes, sir.
Oh, uh, yeah. Like you said, the D line.
Okay.
I definitely say that. And what makes it scary is that we just get better every week. So just stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Now this might sound a little crazy. This might sound a little crazy, but I give myself a big pat on the back. You heard? Give myself a big pat on the back. I bring that energy in, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's really what it just be about. Like I don't have to make every play on defense, but as long as I'm putting the battery in my guys back and they fueling and they going, that gets me
Mm-hmm.
going. So I give not just me, I give the whole defense as a collective because we all ride for each other, man. We ride together, we die together. So
Facts.
I give it to the whole defense.
Yes, sir.
D line definitely set the tone though. They give us the ammunition and them DBs take the shot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, yeah. But that's the man. He was showing out on both sides of the ball. It sounds like so. You know what I'm saying?
And
He's
Nah,
before
showing
they
out on
had
facts.
both
more
sides.
than 47, they called my pick six back.
Mm,
That's true. That's true.
mm,
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
mm. Because that could have potentially been 8 more points.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a
And
couple
almost
Johns
looking
that
at
could have
the
been
50
more
burger
points,
too.
but yeah,
This is the
See,
way
I
the
was
yeah,
just
game
out there
goes.
eating this past week.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we just getting started, man.
just
yeah.
getting
And
started.
this wasn't even a whole team this week. We missed a whole bunch of guys, but
Yeah.
we got the next man up mentality. It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It don't
For sure.
matter.
And,
Oh, look at this scratching the same
that
thing.
loss can be, something to kind of gel the team together too at times. That
Hmm.
loss come to kind of gel everybody together. Like it's not gonna keep happening to us. We're not
Yeah,
gonna
for
Yeah.
keep
sure.
being on. We're gonna feel like this every week. It might happen sometime, but it ain't gonna be every week. So I get it,
Yeah.
man. I definitely get it.
Yeah,
So
that
No.
I
loss
mean,
definitely taught us something. For sure.
Hmm.
so you guys definitely had a strong week this week. We'll say. Looking forward to your next game. Who are
Hmm.
you guys playing? And what do you feel like are the keys to success for that game?
We playing the Stampede.
Okay.
And it's crazy because I know a bunch of the guys from when I played that's actually playing on the team. So that's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna be a little fun. Um, but I think playing them, they're a little bit more like seasoned. They've been in this a little bit. So I just would say like us just being relentless, just continue to be relentless and play together and be a team. That's what's gonna carry us the whole year. That's probably gonna be, if I'm on here again, it's probably gonna be my answer every time. Just be relentless, play together as a team, and as long as you're doing that, ain't really too much other stuff we really got to talk about.
I feel it. I feel it.
Z.
Justin, let's go with you first this time.
Oh, me?
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah, as Coach said, we got the Stampede this week. I don't really. So one thing about me, I don't really pay attention to film because I feel like a lot of teams try to alter their game plan as the weeks go. So I kind of go with the feel of the game and what I see out there, and I play from that standpoint. But I don't really, as long as we play roughneck football, we stick to our game plan and we do what we know we're capable of doing. I don't really see the Stampede being too much of a problem. Of course, they're gonna come out, they're gonna give us their best just because they know who we are personally, and they feel like we done made a statement already. We done put ourselves out there to know that we here. We ain't no pushover. So they're gonna come
Mhm.
out and give us their best. But as long as we do what we set out to do, we stick to our goal and play roughneck football, I don't see them being too much of a problem myself.
Fair enough. Fair enough, man. Well, like I always say, man, one of the two teams will win. Hopefully, it's you guys, and we'll have you back up here next week.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
Uh, definitely appreciate you guys coming on and talking about your win this week, giving us a little insight into the team and everything. Feel free, please, guys, to give us your social medias where we can find you, and then, Coach, if you will, give us the team information as well. Whoever wants to go, so it's all
All right,
good.
so I do the team. The team is the New Jersey Roughnecks on Facebook, Instagram, and then you can find me at on Instagram. I am Coach Zay. Facebook Zay Green. I don't really use TikTok, and none of that other stuff. So yeah, Facebook, and Instagram for me.
I feel it. I feel it. Whoever wants to go next.
Go ahead, Z.
Oh, Instagram a1.tims and then TikTok a1tims.
You can catch me on IG at duddy.east. And my Facebook name is duddy.hunnits. Hunnits.
All right,
Daddy Hunnits.
Daddy coming out, showing out this week.
Yeah,
So
man.
Yeah,
again, appreciate you guys, man, and good luck. And again, hopefully
appreciate
we'll see you
it. We'll be back next week.
next week. All right, good people. We are in the building. Got the Bearcats. What's going on, fellas?
Good, what's
How we
good? How
doing?
you?
What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Got y'all back here another week. So, last week, we put up a nice amount of points, right? This week, a 50 burger on the Avengers. Y'all mean, man. I just but man, I enjoy some of the teams just you enjoy talking to them. And I enjoy talking to guys from the Bearcats because none of y'all are like everybody's laid back. Right? Everybody's just laid back. Well, everybody except for the special teams coach is laid back. So it's just great because it's like, man, you got all these guys that just chilling. Not saying that y'all don't have no emotion on them, but it's just control. And it's like you get on the field and then you see a different person. So I love to see that from teams because I myself find it a little unsettling. In a good way. But I find it a little unsettling, like, yo, they out here about some business, right? They ain't out here wilding, they ain't out here doing this. They just chilling. And when the time comes, they making things happen. So I'll go ahead and get into it with y'all, man. The coaching staff, the people that we talked to, were kind of talking about how they really wanted to just come out big play from the gate. Were y'all able to get the big play off from the gate this week?
We scored on the first drive, if I remember correctly. Yeah, what we saw on film is, pretty much their man across the board from an offensive perspective, which is, we got happy from the first day we watched film. There's not many teams out there that can play receivers and press man all game and have success. So, we were able to handle business early.
Now, Coach Ja, I'd heard about you, Coach Ja. So
hopefully good things. Nothing bad.
Good things. I heard good things. Good things, definitely. So, Coach Ja, when you're kind of getting these guys together, right? You're trying to get these guys' mind right for the games. What kind of things are you like focusing on with the team? Because I understand that the Bearcats work. That everybody's everybody. It's not like, oh, you the defense coordinator, so you only talk to the defense. Like everybody's working with everybody. So, what kind of things are you saying to these guys? Like, look, guys, this is what we got to do. We got to get right. Well, how is it coming from you, Coach?
The first thing I preach is communication.
Okay.
And not only communication, being 1/8. Everybody has a position. Trust your man. Trust the guy beside you. If he's flat, you get over the top. If you got a middle guy, trust him that he's going to get to the middle. Trust that your DN is going to contain. So no matter what, communication, trust, and being 1/8, that's everything for my defense. And not only that, my defense, we're hungry. We're not a passive defense. We're not running cover 3 all the time. No, we're being very aggressive, chasing after the quarterback, putting our hands on the receivers, no free release. So, everything with my defense is, is very, very bully style defense.
There's nothing wrong with a bully style defense at all. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So, Justin, you play on this defense. What were you guys able to kind of see from Michigan and be like, all right, I think the things that they're doing, I feel comfortable we're going to be able to make it difficult for them and get some stops?
I would say, first, like Coach said, our defense we're bullies. So at the end of the day, the front we saw that we could dominate in the front. Our defensive line, they got after it, and that rush on the quarterback, we knew he was going to scramble regardless. But with us being able to contain him in, and then me flowing through, we were able to shut him down. And then our DBs on the back end, they cover, they do their thing. So.
Justin, I was told that you like contact. That you one of those guys that bring the contact to me. I like it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I like the attack. I love defense. That's the main thing about defense. You got to run the ball and tackle, and if you don't want to do that, you shouldn't be playing defense at the end of the day. And I pride myself on that more than anything.
I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. And we talk about the Bearcats. I've talked to other teams, and everybody kind of has an opinion of the Bearcats. The Bearcats are a well-run franchise, and they're here, and they're one of the guys that they're going to get your best, right? So, with that being said, how do you guys kind of manage that from a team standpoint? Like, hey, we know every week the team that we're playing, they coming for us because they know guys have been moving from our team, moving to the team, So we've got guys that have experience going on other levels coming back and guys that are being, trained to do that. So how do you guys kind of handle being a team that, and not saying that you're the only team, but being a team that people are looking at like, we got to bring our A game when we play these boys?
I mean, we expect it, right? We expect everyone's A game. We expect them, coming for the guys from the top, but it starts from our practice. Justin can say on, from the offensive side to the defensive side, every Tuesday, we see the best. The offense sees the best defense in the league and vice versa each week. So we, know what that level is at a playing standpoint. So, getting everyone's best is only fun for us.
And we preach on setting the tone. Our coaches are big on that. Set the tone. Don't wait for, the other team to punch. We got to punch first. So I think coming out with that mentality at the end of the day, it makes people have to match us. And I believe that's the culture that we built.
He said everything. He said it all. Set the tone as a defense. But it comes with special teams too. Because, we always receive the ball, but I wish we kick it off. Sometimes I wish we do get a kickoff because, oh, my goodness. Let the defense set a tone. But, I love the offense. AJ sets the tone also, But our defense, when we come out, we, listen, after the quarterback, we are so hungry, so thirsty, and we're going to stay like that. And this is not just I don't have a first group or a second group. I have a group. You understand? We all 1/8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Offense too. Yeah, I've heard about that. So, Justin, I've also been made aware that you made a big play in week 1 on Dustin from the last team where he hurdled a dude and you came out of nowhere. He didn't even know you'd see you, but you stopped him from getting that touchdown. Right. So even other players are like, this dude, he don't play. And I mean, that's a big respect thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a big respect.
Just running to the ball, being relentless, setting the tone. It's back to that core factor. You got to love the game at the end of the day. I feel like we all do, but there's a difference between playing it and feeling the game at the end of the day. And I believe that's my difference.
Yeah, I love the way and this y'all, of course, but everyone, I love the way there's a lot of development. Like, guys, it doesn't matter how you come. There's a lot of humbleness from the players, and there's a lot of teaching, development, and just wanting guys to be better from the coaching staffs. And you don't necessarily have that everywhere, that combination, right? Sometimes you have places where you have guys that want to learn, but maybe the staff isn't built for that. And you have a staff that's built to develop and help guys, but you don't have guys that really want to accept it. And I feel like talking to the players and coaches here in the AAL as a whole, like, you just have a lot of guys that really like, hey, I know that there's a lot of maybe information I can impart into my players as a player or as a coach. And then also a lot of, hey, we can learn from each other and let's just be better. And then, of course, what I always want people to remember when we talk AAL too, remember this is a development league. So that means guys might move, right? Guy like Justin goes out there and keeps balling like that. He may not be there, but a team that wants to be successful, Chris as well, many other guys, right? They're understanding that could happen. So let's build everybody. And the teams that are doing it are going to be the teams when we get a couple more games into the season that we're going to look at and be like, all right, these are the teams that are really dangerous because they can handle some of their better players leaving because those guys, as well as the coaching staff, is getting everybody ready. Coach Josh said, Commission's been on talking to the team before, and different coaches from the team, hey, we don't look at these are the starters and these are this. We look at this as just one group and we integrate everybody. Everybody gets opportunities to play. And I think that makes you more dangerous because that does help with the element of, the extra training and conditioning. Because if you're in great condition and you're being subbed out, right, and you got other guys that are coming in, you're gonna be ready. You're not gonna get winded. And when you are out there, you can give your best effort. And that's kind of one of the things that I don't think anybody said it like that, but I think that's one of the major important parts of AAL2 as well. Because like the Indians said, and speaking of the Indians are saying they got the best defense. I just want y'all to know that they said that. It's on. I'm not starting anything. They said it on here earlier. I just want y'all to know that. They said they got the best defense. But like they were saying, it's all about that conditioning. It's all about being able to go out there every play and be as fresh as possible so that when the other team is running at you, they pounding at you, you're ready. So I know you guys are prepped for that. I know all the teams at least believe they're prepped for that, and that makes sense, right? Because if not, you're not in the right place. But there's not a lot that we really need to talk about with you guys this week. There's the only other thing I have to ask you guys about this week is your first year offensive player of the game. If you had to pick one guy from you guys' offense that you feel like was the player of the game, who would you guys pick?
I'll go first.
Yeah, John, go first.
I mean, Chris had a hell of a game. O-line. I mean, you got to. I look at our offense like the Chiefs. You can't just target one guy. Mm-hmm. Every receiver scored for the offense,
and every running back.
You understand what I'm saying? Like everybody scored. So like, go ahead. Like as a defense, who you gonna key on? So of course I give it to Chris because he had an outstanding. He could have had 4. You know what I mean? He already knows. I'm hard on him, just because I know how good he
scored that drive.
Yeah, I know how good. I just that's just me anyway. But like our whole offensive unit is just. They all get it. Including AJ. I can't just give one award because everybody. It's just like I said, 1/8, and everybody was 1/8.
I dig it.
I would say like it's we're probably never gonna have a conversation again this season with another team that all 7 guys on the offense scored.
Yeah,
that's just not realistic. Both running backs, both quarterbacks, 4 receivers,
and there's no drop off. There's no drop off.
It doesn't matter who we put out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why you get people's A game. Justin, what about you, sir?
I would say Chris. Our backfield, I love our backfield. Aaron and Nas, you can't go wrong with either of them. You can see Aaron lead blocking for Nas, and then vice versa. Nas lead block for Aaron. So yeah, I really give it to the whole offense. The line does their thing. It's like a wall. They move as a unit. You can't go wrong with anyone on the offense. Like John, Chris said, can't go wrong with any of them.
Pretty sure there was no sacks given up this game again for the second week.
Again, right.
That's big. That's major.
It makes our lives easier.
Fair enough. So we got to flip it. Actually, the same thing. Defense. We got for defense.
Shit, that's hard again.
Yeah. Because Tyreek had 2 interceptions.
Yeah, 2 of them.
This man right here, at linebacker, had 9. I don't know how many assisted tackles you had total. You know what I mean? You balled out like I told you. 10 tackles. That was your goal. You missed your goal a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm hard on you just because I see the greatness in you.
Appreciate that.
But I'm gonna say this: my D line, man, listen, they create everything on the back end. But if my linebacker isn't reading the holes right, like reading, because I'm blitzing. If you want to just run the ball as a quarterback, okay, all right, cool. Because in the back end we're gonna cover. You understand? And this is why he had so many tackles. secure tackles. So, I salute you. Piper, you play the game. Real talk.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Yeah, Chris.
I mean, Justin's a dog.
Well,
Simple
brother.
as that. Like Josh said, like our D line just, had their way, up in Michigan. Tyreek held it down back there with the interceptions, and Justin led our team with tackles. So pick out of a hat, but if I had to take one guy, I'm taking Justin up there.
Appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah.
I'll even give a shout out to Nas too, because he came in from offense too, came in on the D line,
Give him that.
handled business. I shout out Nas too. I salute him.
Hell yeah.
Playing a high level of both ways of the ball.
That is definitely what's up. So I got to ask you, gentlemen, you got a game next week, right? Please let the people know who you're playing, and also what, if anything, you feel like you may need to do different than what you did this, because obviously every team has a different philosophy, plays a little bit of a different game.
Defensive wise, depending on who the quarterback is, because game 1 and game 2 was a different quarterback. But defensive wise, we gotta contain. Stop the run. Once we stop the run, I want teams to pass on us. I'm daring all you teams out there, please pass on me, please. That's what I want. All right? My D-line is coming after you. My linebackers is coming. All right? But please pass on us. You know what I mean? Show me, I feel like it's been checkers, not chess. I want an offensive coach to push me. I watch a lot of film. So, please push me. Pass on us if you can. Because we stopping the run. That ain't happening.
And Coach, who y'all playing next week? Just for the people to know.
The War Eagles. And they got a lot of different weapons. A lot. And a couple guys that I done coached.
Okay.
Josh and Frank Sneed and KJ, wide receiver, yeah. So I'm kind of familiar.
I'm noticing a lot of people in the league have some connections to the Bearcats or Bearcats staff. I'm just noticing that's kind of a little bit of a theme there.
Yeah, it is. Trust, because the arena world is very small.
Yeah.
Very small.
This game coming up this week, anything besides what Coach said that you feel like you guys need to do to be successful?
Set the tone, get some takeaways. No more just, 3, 4 and outs. I think some takeaways, get our offense the ball in good field position. I think that's going to be a big thing for us. And we can do that. We have the potential to do that. We got 2 takeaways this weekend with Reek. So I think we just need to turn up, build off each other's energy, communication too. The more we communicate, we all do our 1/8. There's nobody in the league that should be able to mess with us, that can mess with us.
Chris, what about you, sir?
Simply put, score. We put up 40 plus, we put up 50 plus. We've watched the film, we see what they're going to do on the defensive side, and we're excited to take advantage of that. And not much is going to change on our end. We're an efficient team. We have the running backs and the receivers that are probably one of the most athletic group in the league, if not the most. So, we're not changing too much. We're going to stay what we're doing and win the game.
If it's not broke, why fix it, right? Well, gentlemen, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Again, of course, good luck this coming week. Hopefully we'll have you back up here celebrating another victory. And please just let everybody know where they can find you guys at, and also where they can find team information at.
Instagram, just first and last name right there on the bottom, Chris Resculo.
Instagram, JLP7X_. Facebook, Justin Piper.
Ja_the_coach. Please reach out. I'm always looking for talent. If you want to get better, reach out. Promise you, you'll get better.
I love it, man. Again, good luck. Hopefully, we'll see you back next week, gentlemen.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
No problem. All right. So we back again. We have the Mississippi Wolfpack, another team that got a big dub this week. We got our special teams coordinator as well as one of the players up here with us. So, gentlemen, appreciate you guys for hopping on.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, you guys had a little bit of a battle this week, right? But hey, win is a win. Doesn't really matter how much you win by. It's about winning. Got the 33-28 win. So, in this game, one of the closer games of the week, how do you guys feel that you were able to pull out the win? Like, what specific things you feel like you were able to do to make sure you were able to handle business?
Our defense for sure, man. They did what they was supposed to do. We got good pressure on the quarterback, so he was just throwing balls. So we capitalized off of those things, and defense stood up tall. Like, we played great defense.
Yeah, true. Defense did their thing by securing that win. Big goal line stop, turnovers, getting the offense back the ball in good field position.
All the things that are important to make sure you get the dub.
Yes, sir.
So I've seen you guys play live, and one thing I can say is your defense is not playing, and also you guys don't crack for turnovers. Like, I watched y'all play the Predators, and both teams had some turnovers, but no crack, right? It worked out the way it worked out. You guys took the long drive to play them on top of everything else, and you were just able to kind of make things happen. So I'm not surprised that y'all are having success because, again, seeing you live and seeing how y'all play, seeing how you're on the side with each other, seeing how guys are just like, look, this is what you're doing wrong, man. This is what you need to be doing. This is what's happening. Just get it corrected. You good.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a lot of that, on both of the teams at the game. And I love to see that because it shows exactly what the expectation is for AL2. We all here for these guys to get better and hopefully get other opportunities. And to see everybody kind of buying into that, whether you're having a good game, whether you're having a bad game, just seeing everybody buy into that. We want to make the players as good as we can. The players listening to coaches, and I've talked about this with other teams as well. But I just love to see it. And when it is different when you see it on video than when you see it live, when you see it real time. And I just love the way everybody handles their players and how the players take that feedback in the moment and just move with it. So another game this week, of course, that you guys win, got the dub. As far as the offense for this past week, what things do you feel like the offense were able to be successful at? And maybe if you want to share, because obviously you don't want to tell people too much, but if you want to share maybe some things that you feel like they could do a little bit better moving forward. And obviously we're still growing, learning, everything's still kind of coming together. Most teams have only played 2 games. Some played 3.
I kind of don't want to answer that because we got some stuff really boiling up. Like we got some stuff cooking, and I don't know who all watching, but just know we coming for sure.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna let Scott handle it. What Scott said was right on. We got some things cooking, and we can't. We don't want to give all our secrets out because we new to this. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Right.
You
I
know,
got
and everybody looking at us as a,
the
you know,
underdogs.
yeah.
until they play us.
Well, I gotta say, man, if they still looking at the 2-0 team as underdogs, team that's got 2 straight wins I know about, right?
Yeah.
Then that's, I don't know. You might not want to continue to do such a thing.
I'm sure.
So,
Hey,
with that
oh, you
being
got it.
said, man, how do you guys? No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was finna say, I'm sure the defense, our defense should be like leading the interceptions. We got plenty of them. We got maybe I can't
See,
even count. Like
hey,
we got a lot of them.
11.
Like I want to know who keeping up with the stats. Like they got to be out there.
I
We
feel
some
you.
real sharks on that defense.
Okay, I like it. I definitely like it. So, no surprise here, but everybody knows this. Y'all gonna run the ball, right? Y'all are gonna run the ball and do it to. You've been able to do it to a level of success. So, what do you feel has been the thing that's made it most successful for you guys' team to be able to just people know what's coming at this point, but you're still able to do it in a league that's mostly a passing league?
I
And this,
mean, we got some great old linemen that's gonna move. Like them guys, they real good. Well, yeah, we got some guys that's returning. That's why like they pretty much know the game. They know how to block, and we got a solid running back that's gonna take it downhill, and he gonna take it to you for real.
Like I said, I see them taking it to somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't ducking no smoke.
yeah. You got to gang tackling because the first man ain't gonna do it by himself.
There have to be some game tackling going on. I hear that. I definitely hear that.
It's some Gatorade.
Yeah, man, y'all are one of the teams I like that y'all get a little chippy, but y'all ain't gonna let it go too far,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah.
and I like that because it shows the competitive part. You want to be competitive, but at the same time, you want to be able to teach the guys and the guys understand like, hey, we can be competitive. You can chirp a little bit, but you got to know when to back off and
True.
have that professional part because at the end of the day, you never know who's watching you.
Yeah,
You
for
don't want
sure.
to miss an opportunity because you jawing off at somebody who, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that balance. And it's something again, I say this a lot about things league wide. You see a lot of teams that you might see a guy look like he might be getting ready to get a little too chippy, and all of a sudden, come here,
Yeah.
right? Either
Yeah.
either a teammate or a coach is grabbing him like, hey, I'm not doing that, bro. We trying to win this game, trying to get film, trying to get people to see us. And there's a certain way to handle that. And I've seen that again throughout the league, a little chippiness, but a lot of brotherhood, a lot of coaches, the different owners, just being able to say like, "Hey, respect for this team. We respect everybody, but we are out here to beat you, right? We are out
Mm.
here to beat you, but we do respect you. So when we hit this field, you might be my cousin, you might be my friend, you might be whatever, but we hit this field. If you ain't got the same color on and the same jersey, we got a problem with you. After
Yes,
the
sir.
game, hug
And
up,
that's all.
we buddies, but not doing a game.
Yeah, that's all coming with competing,
Yeah.
being ready to compete when you step on that field.
Yeah.
And them guys love to compete. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna back down for no challenge. They might talk a little bit, but they just talking because they want to.
That's a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to call it competing with intelligence because you
Yeah.
competing, but you
Yes,
understand what the big goal is.
You don't want to be out there, everybody just quiet. It'll be a boring football game.
Yeah, they'll stop the big hits. Need a couple of them. You need a couple of wake the crowd up, get everybody involved.
Yeah.
Gotta have a couple of those. Gotta have a
Yeah, for
couple.
sure.
So going into next week, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But before we get into that, offensive player of the game. Who you guys got for your team?
ooh, man,
Um, like I
that's
said,
kind
I
of
got I got to give it to I'll say the O line,
yes.
like the whole O line, like they really They did a great job.
Okay.
Great job. And the running back. Like you said.
Big
Yeah.
running back. You big man. Man. All right, so then defense. The defensive player of the game.
Man,
Uh
the defense, because you had one guy with 3 interceptions, you had another guy with 3 and a touchdown. Then you had the D lineman causing fumbles, recovering fumbles. So man, that defense was swarming. So I can't. It's kind of
It's kind of like just the whole thing. Like you can't really separate. I get that.
yeah. To single out one of them, man, it'll be just so hard to do.
Yeah. Okay. So we always got to run into the next week, right? What's coming?
mhm.
So I always like to let you guys, let everybody know who you playing. So let me know who you guys are playing. Let the people know who you guys are playing, and also what do you feel like you need to do in order to be successful. Obviously, I don't want to give too many details, more general, because I want to mess up y'all guys' game plan.
So the Georgia Indians, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they look like a pretty solid team. Like, they look like they've been in it for a while. So we just gotta be ready for everything. Like the run, the passing game. So also we got to be ready on the offensive side of the ball because they got a solid defense as well. So we just got to be ready in all aspects, pretty much.
Yeah, because you don't never know what to expect until the ball kicked off. Like you said, that Georgia Indian team, they look good. They look good on film. They look good on tape. Like you said, that defense looks stout. They got some nice receivers. So it's gonna be a fun game come Saturday.
Yeah, for sure.
They did kind of letting everybody know what they said. They did say that they had the best defense in the AAL too.
uh, I wouldn't say all that.
Yeah. We'll figure that. We'll
We'll
find that
figure
out
out.
Saturday.
We'll figure
It'd
out
be
Saturday for sure.
we better see a little bit clearer
Yeah,
at that,
I ain't gonna
more
say too
accurate
much, but we'll see Saturday for sure.
So, guys, I try to do it a little different with everybody, so it's not like the same questions for all the teams. Any other thoughts or anything else that you guys would like to throw out there from your game this past week or your game upcoming this week?
Each game we learning. Each game we learning. We learning from each game because like you said, this a lot of these guys first time playing arena ball. You know what I'm saying, and coaching it. So we learning from each game. You know what I'm saying, and the players, man, they're surprising us each game. I ain't gonna tell no story. They hard work, they dedication, they determination, the work they putting in, and the product what they showing when they step out in that field. Man, it's been amazing. Me, I've been.
We figuring it out as a team for sure, and that's what I like about it. This our first go round. It didn't work out for us last year due to some situations that I can't speak on, but yeah, we here now, and we coming.
I feel it, man. I feel it. Well, gentlemen, good luck. And as I told your opponent, the Indians, like one of y'all will be back next week, one won't. Good luck. Hopefully, you guys are back next week. Please let the people know where they can find you guys on social media and also where they can find the team.
On Facebook and on Instagram, you can find me at Scott Norfleet Jr.
All right.
The best
Yeah.
safety, the best safety in AAL too. Champion.
Yes, sir. You can find me also on Facebook towards Sanford. Then you can find the team at Eddie Strong Wolfpack on Facebook.
Okay.
And on Instagram, Wolfpack.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Enjoy to have you guys on, man. Love to see the the different teams and the growth throughout the season from week 1, week 2 to now, and how we're gonna move things on throughout the rest of the season. So again, good luck. Hopefully, see you guys back next week.
Appreciate you,
Yes,
big
sir.
dog.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all. Commish in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm enjoying talking to the different teams because we got a couple of teams say they got the best defense. I'm like, all right, we gonna see.
I know, I hear it. Hey, listen, when you putting up points and keeping them at the end zone, how can you not? Offense putting up points and defense keeping them out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm just saying everybody can't have the best defense. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but there's a lot of the teams that are saying it. Their defenses are getting it done.
So far, they've done the job. So you should feel that way, right?
Right. Yep.
So it'll be fun to see how it plays off. It'll be fun to see how it goes through the season.
And I think the Indians and Wolfpack got each other this week.
They do.
That's the game of the week. Got to be game of the week, right? We got to make that game of the week.
Because the Wolfpack got a boy. He running downhill on everybody.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I seen him running. He runs.
Yep.
Whether it's 1 yard or whether it's 17, he running hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like a nice hard running back.
Hey, I know Devin does too now for the Indians. I remember he was playing up here for the Jersey Flight in the I think it was the AAL before we took over, and then or was it with the NA? It was in the NAL. Either one. Yeah. That dude gets busy. He gets to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They were talking about a lot of things that happened in their game as well because they throwing some points up there too. We got teams going 50, 60.
They said they let up off the gas.
And this is how you score 60. The coach say we let up off the gas. I'm like, bruh.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
And of course they were first. So I'm just sitting there like, because like I said, I seen that and I was like, maybe I had some crust in my eye when I saw that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, it was accurate.
Score 60 points. You got a lot of things got to go right. A lot.
This is absolutely correct, sir. This is absolutely correct. So, sir, as we had talked about last week, AL2 Player of the Week. Who you got? Because you're the one that made the decision. Who you got?
It's gonna come out. I got my options for sure. Defensively, special teams, and offensively. Can't give it away yet. It's not. It'll be out for Thursday.
Okay.
Well, on
so
Thursday.
Y'all make sure y'all on the AAL2 Facebook, Instagram, and commissioner's page so y'all can find out who the players of the week are. I know one of them, but y'all will find out when those come out. So make sure you're paying attention. Find out who's the player of the week, who doing the thing. A lot of these guys had some really good games this week. A lot of teams had some really good games defensively as well as offensively. So it'll be tough. It'll be tough, but it'll be fun when they come out. So when they come out, y'all be ready.
Yep. Actually, like Dustin, what do you have? 4 touchdowns on offense, a pick on defense, a kick return. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's versatility at its best.
For real.
But that's what we talk about since episode right, Commish? We talk about we want guys who have that because then you're even more marketable to the next level. Yeah, because you can do so many different things.
Exactly. So, but yeah, man, yeah, it was also I got to shout out the kicker from the Bearcats last year, Jonathan Cardoza.
Okay.
Kicks for Wheeling. He was the NAL Special Teams Player of the Week this year. This week.
Okay.
So shout out to Jonathan. Definitely. That's just cool. Like anybody that that moves, man. No matter, don't gotta be from the Bearcats. Anybody. Like that's why I say the AO2 is the best developmental league in the country by far.
I'm digging that too, because like I say, like I was telling all the teams, like the aspect of just coaching, right? The aspect of seeing guys from week to week. And the team may not be quite there in some cases, but just seeing guys pushing through week to week and seeing guys improve and seeing a guy who maybe early, in the preseason, early in the season, you're like, he needs some work, and then you see him throughout the season get better and see improvement. Then you see him pop up on the player of the week, different stuff like that. That's what the league's about. And I hope that everybody understands that. And I hope that everybody definitely supports, because y'all, this is a league that should be supported, right? Because there's not a lot of places where you can learn. There's not a lot of places where you can go and really hone your skills and become a really good player, or somebody that can coach other guys in the future. Or somebody just really loves the game and I want to keep playing, and maybe it goes somewhere, maybe not, but I'm still able to out here and do what I love.
Yeah.
And this is a place for that, y'all. And gotta support it. Got to support it.
And the higher leagues, like those coaches are watching, right? They are 100% watching for sure, 100%.
And shout out to the ones that's watching us right now.
Yeah, absolutely. and you just need the guys to understand that, like, if they want to continue to have eyes on them, they got to make sure their teammates and everybody are doing the right thing also. Because once, anybody in professional world, if anything, it can be sports, anything, gets with a nonsense, right? That's when you're no longer taken serious.
Yeah. If you can't have that decorum and control yourself, then you kind of, you hurt everybody. So, yeah. And I haven't seen that, and I like that. And I've seen, like I say, the games that I've seen parts of or seen the whole game, you've seen guys get an, hey, man, come here. Like, maybe another player, maybe a coach. Come here, man. See, we good. Like, stay focused. Let's do this.
Right.
And competition will make you get maybe a little antsy sometimes, being competitive, but it's just understanding that line and not cross.
If you look at some of the other, try not to talk down on, like,
trying to make sure you word it properly.
You know what I mean? Not trying to do it all, but look at the product on the field, with other teams and leagues and stuff, and then look at the AL2. It's like night and day. It's like we're definitely the Lamborghini.
Yeah, it's man.
And we just try to make sure that that stays across the league. Yeah. With everybody. Because the better we are, the more opportunities that'll happen.
Yeah. Absolutely. And man, I do really believe that this league is gonna grow even next year. I think this league is gonna grow because I like what everybody's doing. And we're talking to the teams that won now, of course, but we've talked to all the teams and the positivity, and some teams understand, like, hey, we're gonna try to compete, but it might take us a little time, but we're not going to lay down for nobody.
Right.
And it's exciting because there's a lot of guys that want to be here, from coaching staffs, owners, to players. Everybody wants to be there, want to be part of the league. And I think that helps make it very successful.
Absolutely. Listen, I popped in my head. When things pop in my head, I gotta say it before I lose it again. Gotta go back to Mississippi. Gotta go back to Mississippi and Peach State game. I like the whole receipts. Again, like everybody should know by now. Yes, I do coach the Bearcats, but when it comes to the AAL2, I am like, this is my baby. You can't talk about any teams or nothing, like no one. Yeah. So one of the coaches for Peach State, Joseph Earwood, I think that's who it was. He I think when Mississippi and River Gators played the first game, I think he commented, Peach State has smoked both of these teams. So I just want to make sure I got that out. Down goes Frazier.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
That's all. Yeah, don't talk about my babies.
Wolfpack.
I was talking about the AAL too.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Huh? Talk is cheap.
Yeah. Got to play on the field, man.
And what I want people to like really get, and I say this every week, like they're gonna have guys move from some of these teams, right? Some of the best players are gonna leave, and you're still gonna have good teams because guys understand that. So you're coaching a little different. You're not coaching just your top two players or who you think is your top two players. You're coaching your entire roster to improve and get better so that when your numbers call, you're already ready. Not that you got to come in and learn the playbook. You got to come in and get reps. You haven't been getting reps in practice. No, everybody's being prepped because you never know when you're going to need someone to play.
Yep.
So I'm not telling anybody not to have favorites, but understand, like, even if you see some players leave, these teams should be good because they're prepared for that.
Yeah, especially that coach or staff, understands the game and understands the long season. If you're playing for the next week, planning your team for the next week, you're behind. Because if you're not planning on playing 11 or 12 games,
you won't.
Exactly. Like the Bearcats, this week we went with 24. Usually we got 30 on the roster, right? We only have 4 receivers. But we were made, right? We were okay because everybody gets the reps. Nobody gets more reps than the others. We had both quarterbacks play. The linemen switched. DBs switched up. Our linebacker didn't come. Piper played linebacker. It's just good. Being able to be versatile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a league that's going to be fun. And I do believe, and I say this a lot too, when I get on it, people are going to love it because of what it is. It's a time of year where it's great. It's indoor, so you're not being out in that hot heat. You got to deal with that. And it's it's fun, right? It's fun. You see a lot of the defenses are, carrying the team, so to speak. But there's a lot of offenses that get a job done too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like feeding off each other.
Yeah.
And that's fun. That's fun to see. It's fun to watch.
Hey, look, the Roughnecks. I said last week. Be careful with them Roughnecks.
Yeah.
They're gonna be around. I said it. This East Division. Now that I've seen the other 2 games, last week, the other 2 teams over there, and then seen the Roughnecks last week. I know I was high on the South Division, but this East Division might be right there now.
It's looking good. The South,
there's still a long way to go. They still got to play each other.
It's a lot of teams that still got to play each other and kind of see what's what. But they get the job done too, and that's the thing. Like everybody's getting the job done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some teams, it might be hard to put it all together, but there's no quit. Like these guys are out here playing 4 quarters, whether it's coming together or not, whether things are still working themselves out. They're putting it all on the field. You can be confident in all these teams are putting out the best product that they can. That's important to help a league grow. That's important to help people want to be a part of it. And you're getting that AL too. So y'all better be watching. Not just the show, but the games too.
Definitely, because you never know, like you said, when these guys will be on that next level, on that next team that people root for. So at least you know where that guy came from.
Mm-hmm. 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 So gotta ask you, you already gave me one. Any other guys that you can think of that moved up? Do you want to shout out?
No.
You did give me one earlier, the kicker, so we did get one.
Yeah, but he was already moved up. But we can go. David Ross, is now in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
He was with the Bearcats last year. He's in Omaha. He followed Coach Negron, and so was Brantley Allen from the Peach State Cats.
Okay,
he's also in Omaha.
Okay, so always some guys.
Colorado Spartans. the quarterback for the Bearcats last year, Khalil Trotman, he threw 4 TDs. This past week it was the player of the game for Colorado, and they blanked Idaho 49-0.
Mm-hmm.
That was our starter from week 2 and on. No, week 2, yeah, or week 2 and on, yeah, from last season and on with the Bearcats, and now he's out there in Colorado
getting it done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's always fun, man. No matter what, again, it's from the Bearcats or from other team, and they're moving up, man. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Platform.
I love it, man. I love talking to all the guys because everyone has passion, right? The passion for the Bearcats is different from passion from everybody else, just so y'all know that. These guys are just like, it's a different kind of focus that they have. But still passion, right? And
Yeah.
I love it. I love it from
Yeah.
everybody because everybody's different. But everybody still got that fire.
But it goes, all it is just, what are you trying to do with this?
Right.
Like if you're trying to move up, then that's your, that's what you're trying to do. That's your purpose. That's your why of what you're doing here. So your focus, everything's gonna be a little different, and that's why we try to go for those guys. Like, per se, it's not just about wanting to just continue playing football,
right?
Just for the love of it, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But just make sure that your fuel matches, your fire matches the other guys. That's the only way yours is going to work with his.
Absolutely, man. Man, I love, like, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I really love doing this because these guys, they just love what they do, right? And it's kind of infectious. Like, no matter who you talk to, you can tell, like, the love is there, the dedication is there. People put in the time, the effort, they work at it, and they're honest with themselves. They can take the feedback, they appreciate it, and they want to be better. And that's, you got coaches that'll give it, you got players that want it, and you got them together. It's big. It's huge.
Another reason why a lot of guys, like, there's guys out there that don't want to play arena. They want to stay away from it. It's not for everybody, man. You can't hide in arena.
Right.
Like you can't, your D line, you can't hide and put somebody in a wide 9 or a 3 tech or in a 4-eye so you can't get reached. Like, you can't do that.
Right.
You can't hide your safety in coverage and stuff, like you can on an outdoor game.
Yeah, you got to be able to play.
Right. It's more of, especially up front, is one-on-one. That's where a lot of guys, then they start getting beat and then they want to fight, right? Why you want to fight? Because you're not good in football? You know what I mean? Like, you understand, like, what the arena game is. And that's why a lot of people want to stay away from it, because it exposes a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right? And most of the time, the team that wants to fight is the team that's down, right? Getting their doors blown off.
Yep. But I don't feel like there's a lot of that going on, right? Because it's just, that's okay. Y'all got it this time, but we're gonna learn.
Yeah. No, it's pushing and shoving. That's it. That's part of the game, though.
That's just part of the game, yeah.
But
so, Commiss, anything else you want to discuss tonight?
I think we got to make that Georgia Indians and Mississippi game, whatchamacallit, game of the week for sure.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it at all. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, we got to get the attention down there for this week on that game.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for that. I just can't wait to see the film for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I think that will be.
I want to make sure I've got nothing going on.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to be a part of, because that should be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a real good game. It's
Yep.
gonna be a lot of good games, though, I think, this week, because it's a lot of guys that just want to, hey, maybe we lost last week, somebody gonna get it this week,
Mm-hmm.
or we're gonna try to make sure somebody get it this week at least.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So, got like Piper that was on before for the Bearcats.
Mm-hmm.
He literally just finished up at Lincoln University. Like this past fall was his senior year.
That boy out there been a beast already.
So
it's a good find though. Gotta have those.
Yeah, it was because Harrisburg Stampede folded.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
And I have a good relationship with Coach Rick Marsilio, because that was my quarterback coach when I played for Harrisburg.
Okay.
So
connections.
We always talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He came out to one of our Bearcat tryouts last year, all the way from out. Drove 3.5 hours to come out here. We had like a joint tryout out here in Jersey last year.
That's cool.
So it's always there's a lot of people watching, man. A lot of people.
Yeah. Because then who, like you said, like who everybody else knows is also watching. So it's a lot of people, and I think these guys are up to the talents. I think they're ready.
Gotta understand, man. You're being watched, whether you believe it or not.
Oh yeah. And it's not just who's watching, it's who's saying, well, let me go to their page, grab their stuff and shoot it to this person because he might work for them. So it's all you always got all of that. So yeah, it's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, always being watched. And y'all putting them in positions.
Yeah, no, trying, man. Trying. Just always trying to give the guys the platform to move on and be able to have opportunities.
I definitely feel it, man. I definitely dig it. Well, good people. Episode 7, Turf Talk. Got the commission on here at the end as always. Your boy Cool McCain. We'll be back next week. We'll have your winners for you. And maybe we have a time, maybe we'll get both of them. But hopefully we won't have to worry about that.
Hopefully.
Commissioner, appreciate your time. And see you next week. As well as everybody watching. We will be back next week. Another episode AAL2 Turf Talk. That'll be episode 8. Get ready.
Yes, sir.